No a v tuto chvíli já už bych pozvala na stage Kena Tsunodu. Hi Ken, can I invite you to the stage? Perfect. So as I said, Ken is the Vice President of TechSoup Global for Development and Network, and now he will present his keynote speech. So floor is yours, Ken.
Well, thank you so much, Radka, and it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you at today's Tech4Good MeetUp. I've been asked to say a few words about TechSoup, TechSoup Global Network, and our view of global civil society. So let me just share my screen, if I may. Terrific. So we are so grateful to have VIA Association as TechSoup Global Network's partner in the Czech Republic. TechSoup's mission is to build a dynamic bridge that leverages technology to enable connections and innovative solutions for a more equitable planet. TechSoup is probably best known for our technology product donation program. We work with over 100 corporations, technology companies that like to donate or specially discount their products and services for charities around the world as part of their corporate philanthropy. TechSoup Global Network enables them to do it globally and at scale. But we are so much more than that. We are also a network of 63 organizations, including VIA Association, and many, many people around the world who care deeply about building a stronger, more resilient civil society and through the use of technology. And I particularly love this photograph because it gives you a sense of some of the people who have committed their lives to this very important mission. Once every 2 years, we bring all of our partner organizations and all of these amazing people together to San Francisco so that we can learn from each other and do our work to plan our programs delivering needed technology and services to global civil society organizations everywhere. Well, this June, we were not able to get together in person in San Francisco because of the pandemic. So we gathered virtually for 2 weeks on this same AirMeet platform that we are on today. And although it's not quite the same as being together in person, it was the very best that we could do. And usually we, at our TechSoup Global Network Summits, we gather for one group photograph so that we can bring everybody together in our network in one photo. This year, because we were in the world of virtual conferences and AirMeet, the best that we could do was having everyone send a selfie. And we put this composite together as a group photo of everybody in the network who participated in our summit. So this gives you a little bit of a sense of what we're trying to do in a virtual context using technology with this set of amazing people to get together to support civil society organizations. Well, let me just say a few words about TechSoup Global Network's impact. So in total, we serve 1.3 nonprofit organizations around the world. So far, since we've started, we have distributed $16 billion of US dollars worth of market value of in-kind technology. And some of that value is also funding that we've facilitated for global civil society. We do this now in 236 countries and territories around the world. We do it by supporting 39 different languages, including Czech. We do it in collaboration with 63 amazing NGO partners in our global network, including VIA Association. And just to give you a sense of how many people we have in our audience, we have 1 million subscribers to 69 newsletters in 39 different languages. So we really feel very strongly that TechSoup Global Network is a platform for all of us together to impact civil society organizations everywhere. I thought I would say just a few words about the global civil society sector that we are all serving. So TechSoup estimates that there are 12.3 million civil society organizations around the world. Many of them are small organizations working on the front lines, supporting communities that they care deeply about with critical services. And what you might not know is that the global civil society sector in aggregate represents 4.5% of global GDP, which is about the size of the German economy or the global construction industry. So just to give you a sense of the size and the scale of this important sector that we all serve. Global civil society organizations in aggregate, we estimate that they have a workforce of 250 million people, if you include not just the staff of those organizations, but also those volunteers. So it gives you a sense of how many people are serving these organizations and their important work, and how many people we have an opportunity to impact with technology. Yet these organizations are often so budget constrained, and they're struggling to access the technology that they need to accomplish their missions. In aggregate, the global civil society sector serves billions of the world's most vulnerable people, and they address the world's most critical problems, such as food security, disaster recovery, healthcare, and education. It's really critical work that they're doing, and yet they are badly under-resourced in an increasingly digital world. And it's the mission of TechSoup and TechSoup Global Network to try to address that. So I also wanted to say a few words about a survey that we did last year on the digital readiness and practices for handling data for civil society organizations around the world. We were able to survey nearly 12,000 organizations globally. And we think that the results that we found, the findings, complement well a similar survey that VIA Association has done with civil society organizations in the Czech Republic. So I wanted to share with you just a few of the insights that we learned from this survey, because I think it's really important in guiding our work. So first off, we learned that overwhelmingly, organizations believe that they will need to spend more on technology over the next 2 years. Part of the driver on that is the COVID-19 pandemic. They reported a very large negative impact across many work streams, and that the pandemic is prompting a rethinking of how they work. Many organizations have transitioned to working remotely and have also transitioned to serving their communities remotely, and they're thinking about how to use technology to address those changes. Yet the IT teams that work for civil society organizations are made up of a relatively small number of staff, and frequently organizations don't have any staff with specialized knowledge about IT, and they are frequently engaging IT volunteers. We learned that a quarter of the civil society organizations in our study have a defined strategy for achieving digital readiness. And we also learned that of that 1/4 of organizations, only half of them have the resources available to accomplish that strategy. So we were really struck by how few civil society organizations have both a strategy for digital readiness and also the resources to accomplish it. Many organizations perceive that investing in technology will bring value to them and their communities, but there's clearly a gap in their resources to do so. Some of the barriers that they reported to adopting digital skills and digital tools more effectively include a lack of funding, a lack of consultants or staff to facilitate adoption, a lack of staff skills or training, and also a lack of awareness of available tools. So that gives you a sense, I think, of some of the challenges that the civil society organizations that we serve together are facing right now. We really see TechSoup as a critical piece of the sector's infrastructure to enable civil society organizations to get the tools that they so desperately need and to connect them with mission-critical resources worldwide. So TechSoup is a founding member of the TechSoup Global Network, of which VIA Association is a partner. We are a provider of technology products, services, and also education for qualified civil society organizations around the world. We are also the curator of the largest international database of validated NGOs and civil society organizations globally. So in our work together with VIA Association, we make sure that the organizations that are requesting products from TechSoup Global Network are validated and that are eligible as charities according to local law in the country in which they're located. In addition, TechSoup is a facilitator of international grant making. So we work with foundations based in the United States in doing due diligence of nonprofit organizations that they want to make grants to globally, and that's the work of our NGO Source program. We are also an amplifier of corporate social responsibility work worldwide for our corporate partners. And through our Caravan Studios division, we're also an incubator for community-driven technology for good. So that gives you a little bit of a sense of all of the things that TechSoup does as an organization. And we are trusted by hundreds of partners globally, corporate partners, foundation partners who have trusted us in supporting their corporate philanthropy. This gives you a sense of just some of the organizations that we're supporting, including Microsoft, Adobe, Google, Cisco, Zoom. So a very broad cross-section of technology companies and corporate partners and philanthropic organizations. So civil society organizations clearly need resources, and we are working very hard to scale up our services to help them. So we are recognizing that civil society organizations need additional product and service support. We have just completed a capital campaign that has enabled us to make investments in TechSoup Global Network and all of our capabilities, both products and services, and also training resources globally. So we are working very closely with funders and philanthropic supporters to develop the platform and the outreach programs to civil society organizations globally, working in collaboration with our partners. And let me just say in closing here, just a few words of some of the key components of TechSoup and the ways that we support our corporate partners and philanthropy programs. So when we work with a corporate partner, we can help them with support for donation or discounted offers that our corporate partners have designed for nonprofits and NGOs. So we have the ability to support our corporate partner in getting those discounted offers out globally to civil society. We can do outreach to targeted NGOs that can utilize your offer for impact. So we work with VIA Association and our network of 63 partner organizations to do outreach to all of the civil society organizations in their regions. We also provide content to educate NGOs, including case studies and education and giving them knowledge for how to set up and use these products. We do NGO validation, working with our partners globally to make sure that the organizations requesting these donated and discounted products are eligible to receive them. We have an order, payment, and fulfillment mechanism through our marketplace so that NGOs can access corporate partners' offers and get them fulfilled. We provide support, implementation, and consulting for the NGOs that need help in using our technology partners' products. And then we also work in doing NGO case studies and doing reporting back to our corporate partners on the impact that their products have had. So that really just gives you a little bit of a sense of how we are working with our corporate partners globally. So I'm so excited to be here today and have an opportunity to present and speak with all of you. I hope you'll all have a chance to join TechSoup Global Network, TechSoup and VIA Association in building a stronger and more resilient civil society. And I'm looking forward to having an opportunity to network with you later today. And with that, let me turn it back to Radka and see if any of you have any questions.
Yes, thank you very much, Ken, for your speech. And I do have a question from audience. So great. Thank you, Michal, very much, because it's a very nice question, excellent question. So Ken, do you have experience that NGOs' concern about the cost of adopting IT tools is often exaggerated? That is, that the solution tends to be more affordable than the organization feels and thinks?
Well, we certainly sometimes get feedback that organizations find the solutions that are available, in particular the discounted and donated solutions through TechSoup, that they are affordable for some. Although we also see that civil society organizations, particularly the small ones, have a very limited budget available for IT. I was seeing some numbers recently that many of the organizations that we're serving have IT budgets annually of something on the order of $1,000 to $2,000 US. So it's a very limited budget, and we often hear from them that the donated offers that we provide are really critical to them being able to adopt technology. It's also quite clear that in addition to the cost of the tools themselves, that it's the cost of training their staffs, of change management, and of implementing the technology that represents really the large bulk of the cost. And so it's also quite important for them to factor in the cost and the commitment of the organizations to implement those tools. So that's a bit of what we're hearing.
Yeah, and yeah, I would voice the very same opinion, that sometimes we see that the technology itself is cheaper and more affordable than the nonprofits think, but oftentimes they kind of forget about the added cost of, exactly as you said, the training of the staff for the new technology, or changing the infrastructure and such. So that is also, we are trying to provide services to nonprofits and find partners who are able to help with those, not necessarily just the technology itself, but so like workshops for the employees to adopt, I don't know, Microsoft Teams or Google or something like that. So yeah, exactly. Awesome. Thank you very much, Ken. And especially thank you because it's really early in the morning, and me not being a morning person, I appreciate it even more that you were able to join and share your thoughts. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you for the good work you're doing, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.